As I said, you guys are more sophisticated, you have more aware, but you don't have the experience yet. So keep going, but you'll get that experience. So my friends who are laughing at me here aren't laughing today. You know, Bitcoin is important. It's going to crash. I think if it goes to 27,000 a coin, I'm going to back up the truck. I'm going to buy more. You know, because I'm very optimistic about Bitcoin. And let me explain why, but also why the risk is here. This is macro financial education. Between 1960 and 1980, my generation, the boomers, didn't like stocks because everybody, at my time of when I was a kid, everybody said anybody invests in the stock market is a gambler. Now everybody's in the stock market. So how did that happen? Well, in 1974, they brought this thing called a 401k out. I won't touch that thing. I would not touch a 401k or an IRA. Why? Because I don't have to. They tell you what you can invest in a 401k and an IRA. I refuse to do that. I refuse to do that, but I don't have to do that because as an entrepreneur, I create my own assets. I don't need the stock market. You do. I'm not saying don't invest in it. I'm not saying don't have a 401k, don't have an IRA. Just screw you. I'm not going to be told what to do. That's why I'm an entrepreneur. You like being told what to do? Go to school, get a job, save money, pay your taxes, get out of debt, and invest in the stock market. I don't want to do that.
The 401k, it's another way of controlling you and how you earn your money until the day you die.
More than that, it's what you have to invest in. Mm-hmm. They had to do it because my generation wasn't investing in it. Mm-hmm. So that's why between 1960 and 1980, they didn't like stocks. So the 401k came out. Then what happened is in 1987, the stock market crashed. So Greenspan comes out. He's a Federal Reserve guy. Remember, the Federal Reserve is not American. It's not a government agency. So he came out, and what Greenspan put was what I call a PPT. It's the Plunge Protection Team, or also called the Greenspan Put, or also what people say, don't fight the Fed. Basically, what Greenspan did is every time the stocks crashed, the Plunge Protection Team would protect you. So my generation, the boomers, are going, well, I don't have to worry because every time the market crashes, the Federal Reserve Bank and the Treasury will bail me out. So that's today we have our US corporations are zombie. 20% of US corporations are zombie corporations. It means they're broke, but they're being propped up by the Federal Reserve Bank and the government. That's communism. So anyway, stocks get protected. Gold is a good investment because the Fed, all the central banks in the world now own gold. So they're not going to let gold crash. They'll do something to make sure the price of gold stays up. So I don't like stocks, but I like gold. Silver is getting more valuable because gold, all the gold never disappears. It just keeps piling up. But silver is being used in the Green New Deal, in solar cells, in medical things. So I like silver. And if you can see back here, look at this here. Silver was $2. It hit $50 here when the Hunt brothers were trying to manipulate the gold market. And even today, it's only 27, but you can't get any. You can't get any because they're manipulating it. They're trying to force it higher. Well, I'll say it one more time. This is how much opportunity you have, and that's gold, silver, and crypto. Not that big. And you can make more money planting apple trees. Or water, like that deal I was talking about. Okay. So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash. But crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want it. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff is I don't like the Fed. When I talk to most of the young guys, they don't like the Fed either. But the problem is, and this is why you've got to be smarter, is that the Fed wants to take this out. The European Central Bank, the ECB, wants to take it out. The Bank of Japan wants to take it out. The Bank of China wants to take it out. So that's why all you crypto guys, you've got to be smarter today. You don't just sit there and go, oh. Does that make sense to you, Alexandra?
Yeah. No, it's this conversation has cleared up a lot of doubts I had, because it just goes to show that the fear the media can cause over something that might not even be happening.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you crypto guys, you got to be smarter, because what possibly, it hasn't happened yet, is a Fed coin or a yuan coin, a Chinese coin. China will probably have it before the US. Mm-hmm. And there will be a European coin. And they want to destroy Bitcoin. So you guys in Bitcoin, you've got to be smarter. So as it's coming down, like I said, I'm still going to buy more, but when it passes 27,000, I'm going to back up the truck, just like I did when it passed 9,000. In 1971, I was on my way to Vietnam here, and gold at the time was $35 an ounce. It was illegal for Americans to own gold in 1971. See, Bitcoin and gold are in the same family. The reason I buy Bitcoin is the same reason I buy gold and silver. I don't save dollars. Why would I save something they can print? Doesn't make sense to me. Okay. So 1971, gold was $35. Silver was about $1.90 or $2. And then what happened is by 1974, President Gerald Ford made it legal for Americans to own gold. Up until that time, I was smuggling it in. I was a criminal bringing gold into the country. I was buying it in Hong Kong and sneaking it into the States. So I was a smuggler. But Gerald Ford changed that and it jumped to $100. So my $35 went up 3 times, let's say. And then by 1978, it was now 300. So the same thing so when I saw Bitcoin rising, I saw the same thing going on, except not as volatile. I mean, Bitcoin is much more volatile than gold, but this was the high point here, is around 1980, gold hit 650 an ounce. But there was a 2-day spike when it went to 850. And all the idiots jumped in. Gold's going up, gold's going up. And I watched all these guys who thought I was an idiot back here for buying it at 35. They jump in here, and the same thing just happened. It drops in 2000. This is 1980 when Reagan was in office. So it drops in 2000 to $312 an ounce. I don't know what silver was doing. I was still buying silver. I wasn't paying much. It was about $3 or so, $10. I don't remember. But I backed up the truck here. Mm-hmm. I was buying gold at about $350 a coin. I thought I died and went to heaven. And then what happened is 2008 came and the Great Reset hit, and gold for the first time hit 1,000. So it took from 1980, 20-something years to get to 1,000. Mm-hmm. So I was doing really, really well because I don't save dollars. I was saving gold and silver coins, eagles. And then what happened in 2011, it hit $18.95 an ounce. And then it dropped to, today it's around $18.73. So that's real markets. So Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin goes down, and all that stuff. It's not any different than gold. It's just more volatile because you guys are more tech savvy, and you can Reddit and GameStop and all that stuff, and you guys trying to corner the silver market. As I said, you guys are more sophisticated, you have more aware, but you don't have the experience yet. So keep going, but you'll get that experience. So my friends who are laughing at me here aren't laughing today.